I don't just talk about other people's stuff, I also make my own. Books in particular. To date, I have 4 books you can check out on Amazon. Operation Red Dragon: The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, Occult Mafia, Emerald of Maddox City, and the short story collection Assorted Absurdities, Tales of Kaiju Punk and Other Genres. Hop on down to the description for Amazon links to all 4 books. Enjoy whichever ones you read, and enjoy the video.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Omni Viewer, and welcome to Genre Benders, Obscurities, and Flawed Gems, where we look at the best stuff you've never heard of. At this point, I've devoted a couple of episodes to reviewing the God's Wrath books, written by this guy.
You've just given up trying to pronounce his last name, haven't you?
Yeah, I decided to quit while I was behind. Anyway, that tale about reborn deities in a fighting tournament was not the author's first foray into the realm of entertainment.
He started out doing YouTube animations as Crooked Lore Productions. Those works featured Augustine the Crookedman and Belle the Crooked Catgirl. Now these 2 characters have re-emerged in a digital manga on Webtoons entitled The Crookedman and His Not-So-Scary Crooked Catgirl. With the first chapter out, I decided to give it a look and share my thoughts.
This will probably be a shorter video than normal because there's only 1 chapter out so far, and that chapter serves to introduce us to the premise.
We are brought into the world of Phobias, a collective name for the terrifying beings of myth and urban legend who live to terrify and make supernatural deals with humanity. Ruling over the Phobias is Augustine the Crooked Man, who recently overthrew the original ruler, Umbra the Boogeyman. Augustine has a bit of an issue, though. His proxy, Belle the Crooked Catgirl, is not scary. Not at all. If anything, she's painfully cute and hopelessly incompetent, but her desire to be scary has led Augustine into coddling her. This means his reputation as the scariest of phobias is on the wane.
And in terms of plot, that's all I can say at the moment. Like I said, it is only the introduction, but as introductions go, it's pretty good.
It sets up what will clearly be the main conflict for at least the first bit of the story. Augustine is losing his edge because of Belle, but he can't just get rid of Belle because he cares too much about her. Ergo, Augustine has 2 conflicting goals moving forward. He wants to restore his reputation, but he also wants Belle to be happy and maybe even become genuinely scary one day. Belle, meanwhile, is blissfully unaware of her Meowster's struggle, and her obliviousness is entirely Augustine's fault. This is a setup all but guaranteed to cause friction as the plot naturally escalates.
In terms of character personalities, we can only derive so much at this point, but the basics are readily apparent.
Right now, the pair have a sort of parent-child dynamic, where Augustine is the doting father trying to coach his daughter Belle through a job she's really not cut out for, and now it's affecting his own work. Meanwhile, Belle has no idea how bad she is at being scary, and thus has no reason to stop trying, even as she is constantly failing. Again, we don't get much more than that in just this first chapter, but there's plenty of room for expansion on this dynamic as the story continues.
Since this is a manga, we should also discuss the art by J.V. Kanzaki.
Being a horror comedy series, most panels are heavily shaded to generate a dark atmosphere, only for that atmosphere to shatter like brittle glass when Belle appears in bright lighting. It's a simple method of contrast, but the simple tricks can often be the most effective. Gothic ambience and kawaii sugariness battle against each other throughout, and the former's constant loss to the latter is the driving force of the humor.
Simple is certainly not a word I would use to describe the character designs, though. Like I said, Augustine and Belle have existed in the realm of animation before, but their designs get a bit more detail in the manga.
Augustine immediately stands out with his tall, lanky frame clad in attire that looks like if Tim Burton was a Victorian fop. Let us not also forget his mask, if it is a mask, that's split down the middle to separate his happy and sad expressions. Which half of the mask is in focus depends on the shot and which emotion the Crooked Man is conveying at the time. Belle, meanwhile, dons an outfit that looks like a total misunderstanding of the goth-lolly aesthetic, which only further emphasizes her lack of creepiness. Like, she clearly thinks that jack-o'-lanterns are scary, so her costume incorporates that, but all it does is make her a bright object amongst the shadows. Also, she clearly doesn't understand why jack-o'-lanterns are associated with horror, or she would incorporate the image better than she does.
Throughout this chapter, we also get glimpses of other phobias occupying the world, some of which you just might recognize.
Kuchisake Onna, the Mothman, the Flatwoods Monster, the Jersey Devil, a Shadow Man, and many others all make appearances throughout the chapter, and each one has a neat design that's original while still being recognizable. Only time will tell which of these guys, if any, will contribute further to the story in future chapters. For now, though, they help make the world feel expansive while opening up the possibility for some really strange-looking creatures to show up in the future.
For now, that really is all I can say. Again, it is only the first chapter, but it's a good first chapter, and I'm hoping that what comes next is even better. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. Okay, I think I can do it. I gotta pronounce his name right at some point, so let's see.
Congratulations, you reached the end. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to consider supporting us on Patreon. Of course, the other way to support us is to go to Amazon and check out our books: Operation Red Dragon, The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, The Occult Mafia, Emerald of Maddox City, and Assorted Absurdities, Tales of Kaiju Punk and Other Genres. Also check the description for links to DeviantArt and other platforms we operate. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.